Hey guys, Ivan here, and 2 days ago I made a video about Patrick Moore and his response to King Kamali. King Kamali made a video about Patrick Moore in which he said that Patrick didn't bring his best at the Arnold Classic stage, he was better than Mr. Olympia, and he also advised Patrick to move to the classic physique. He said that Patrick actually has more of a classic physique than an open bodybuilding physique. So Patrick's response was, aside from insulting King Kamali on a couple of bases, calling him a clown if I remember, and a couple of other names, he made a point about the classic physique. I found that part particularly interesting and I made a video about that. That was my focus point of the video. His comment about classic physique. So Patrick made a response, basically. He posted a story on his IG and this is what he said. So, Old School Labs wants to twist my words. Listen again, backing down from a challenge is mentally weak. Hashtag clickbait. And here is the thumbnail that I made for the video. I said, you should do the classic, which is quoting King Kamali, and I quoted Patrick saying classic is for the mentally weak. And that is something I need to apologize for, to you, the audience, and to Patrick as well. You guys know that English is not my first language, but that's not the reason why. I just let my own interpretation get the best of me and I apologize for that. But let me play the video once again. Let me show you why did I get this impression.
That's classic human nature for people who aren't strong. They aren't mentally strong. To step up to something when something gets hard, they back down. That's mental weakness. You know, that's a very weak state of mind. Oh, I can't make it happen here. I failed a couple times. Let me just go down to where it's easier. Classic human nature for people who aren't strong.
Alright, so that part when he says that's classic nature for people who aren't strong. I misinterpreted that part. I thought he was saying that classic, like classic physique, is for people who are not mentally strong, but he meant typical, classical nature. That's what he meant. So that's the mistake with the quotes. But listen to what he said after that.
That's mental weakness. You know, that's a very weak state of mind.
Can you hear that? Isn't it obvious? He says, when something becomes hard, you back down and go and do something that's easier. Something that's easier. Come on, guys. What's the message here?
Let me just go down to where it's easier.
The mindset of the people who would back down from a challenge and go and do something that is easier. So what is he saying here? Does he... come on guys. Come on. Read between the lines. Should I even say that? I don't think I should. I think it's obvious. It's obvious what he meant. He definitely meant that the classic physique is easier. That would be doing something easier in his reckoning. And I totally disagree with that. Yeah, look, there were examples like David Hoffman. David Hoffman backed down from bodybuilding because he didn't want his family to suffer the consequences of an open bodybuilder because it takes too much of him. And he is the kind of guy with insanely fast metabolism, so he would have to eat constantly, he would have to push the envelope in so many different regards, and that's why he backed down, and he admitted that. But then, he also had example of Regan Grimes. Do you know what Regan had to do to trim down his weight to do the classic? He had to suffer, man. He had to suffer to make the weight. And that wasn't easy. That wasn't for mentally weak people. That was hard. That was hard. And guess what? He didn't even crack the top 6 at the Mr. Olympia. So I think it's enough said. The classic physique for people who are in bodybuilding right now, who are transitioning to classic physique, that's a decision that a bodybuilder needs to make when he feels that that's the best decision for him. But I'm sure most of them can, switch to the 212 or the open in the matter of a year or two, and it wouldn't be that hard, really. Because those guys are also very big. Let's be realistic. Those guys are not small. Just compare some of them to the open bodybuilders. Chris Bumstead, he turned pro in the open and he's not much bigger right now in the classic, for example. Regan Grimes, who is a good open class bodybuilder, didn't do too well in the classic. And once again, I do believe that Patrick Moore said that. He thinks that the classic physique, that a bodybuilder, open bodybuilder moving to a classic physique is weak-minded. But guys, we have this platform here to share our opinions. This is just my opinion. If you agree with me, great. Like the video, tell me about it. If you don't agree, tell me down below. Tell me that you don't agree. I read all the comments, so let's interact. Let's see what you have. Also, I invite Patrick. If he wants to make things clear, he's very welcome to do that. Because based on that story that he posted, it seems like he doesn't really believe it. Or at least he wants to make it seem like he doesn't believe it, but in my opinion, it seems like he thinks so. And he also says in his story that old school labs is trying to make him look whatever. It's not the old school labs, it's just me, even bodybuilding. I'm making these videos. Yeah, I represent them, but they are not writing scripts for my videos. I make my own videos, I say whatever I want to say. So that's what I said, that's my personal opinion. Yeah, I represent them, but that's not old school labs trying to make you look like anything, Patrick. It's just me. And if you think I'm wrong, make a statement. Make a statement. Explain to me how am I wrong? How am I wrong? Look at what you said.
Let me just go down to where it's easier.
Let me just go down where it is easier. Again, I apologize for misquoting himself and putting it in the thumbnail. I apologize to you guys. And Patrick, I'm sorry for that as well. But my opinion still stands. Maybe I misquoted you, but your message was clear as day to me. If you think I'm wrong, if you said something that you didn't want to say, or if you think I misunderstood something, please be my guest. Explain yourself, if it is possible, because I'm sure many classic bodybuilders will find this offensive. Anyways guys, that's gonna do it for this video. Make sure to comment down below your thoughts, like the video if you enjoyed it, and stay home. All the best guys and keep it old school.